Well, good Saturday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Hope everybody's doing great on this Saturday. I'm out, out and about, getting ready to go out. I got to get the big sub, and I got to get some carpet padding for the project I got down the country and stuff, and get all the meats and stuff ready, because tomorrow the NFL Sunday starts early. We have the game in Germany at 9:30 in the morning, so I've got to be ready to rock and roll, dudes, early in the morning. I think we're going to probably be inside tomorrow, because it's going to be like, in the 20s tonight, and starting out at 9:30 in the morning and going through 7 o'clock at night. It's going to be windy, it's going to be cold, it's going to be blistery, and I think I'm going to be inside for the man cave for the show. So I've got to go ahead and get everything together for that for tomorrow as well. So we're going to be working on that stuff. Interesting. We've been so caught up in the Odell Beckham saga that is the Dallas Cowboys putting out the welcome wagon for him that we've kind of lost sight that we have a game this weekend. We're coming off a bye week, and traditionally under Jason Garrett, bye weeks have not been good for the Cowboys. But this is the anti-Jason Garrett Cowboys that, we lose our quarterback and our left tackle, we don't fall apart. And I dare say that you can put away all of the past things that we've said about the Cowboys and stuff, because they don't really fit what's going on with this team. This is a different team. It's a different mentality. For once, our team is being led by the defense, as opposed to it being our redheaded stepchild that literally we had to protect. We had to protect him by keeping him off the field, by getting a big lead and hoping that we could hold on. This team, it's different. We are led by our defense. And going against Aaron Rodgers, who has been the bugaboo for the Dallas Cowboys and a cockroach, I'm hoping that what Micah Parsons said about what his grandmother taught him. When you see a roach and he's kind of fooling around, and I'm assuming that he's kind of slowly dying, do you let him go to get better, or do you stomp him? Have no remorse. Stomp that mother humper. And that's what I'm hoping that the Cowboys do to the Green Bay Packers. It's crazy. Listen to this here. The Indianapolis Colts that just fired Frank Wright. The Pittsburgh Steelers that have Kenny Pickett somewhat playing at quarterback. The Denver Broncos with Russell Wilson, or somebody who's impersonating Russell Wilson but not real well. The Los Angeles Rams, which have been a big disappointment, and the Houston Texans. Those are the only teams that are scoring less points offensively per game than the Green Bay Packers. Let that sink in for a second here. How insane is it that Aaron Rodgers-led team is only averaging 17.1 points per game? This is the same guy that they said that, he doesn't need players out on the field, that he makes people better just because he's Aaron Rodgers, that he can throw people open, that he can have anybody out there and win. Yet, they're bad. They're really bad. But I will say, don't fall asleep on this cockroach that's fooling around on the ground. The Green Bay Packers have been a thorn in our side for too long. And this is like Custard's last stand for the Green Bay Packers. If they can somehow get a win here, then maybe you start looking and saying, okay, we squeaked one here, let's start something. It gives them hope. This is a caged animal that this is their one shot, their one opportunity. And you need to stomp them. And you need to stomp them good. You need to hear it go crunch. The Cowboys, I mean, you look at this. The Packers averaging 17.1 points per game on offense. The Cowboys averaging giving up 16.4. Doesn't bode well for the Green Bay Packers. But somehow, even though the Green Bay Packers defense, scoring defense is about middle of the pack, the Cowboys are only a 4.5-point favorite. Which I think actually for the Cowboys, being the underdog, I think they like that better. I think they like hearing about how good everybody is. I think they like hearing how much they doubt us. As Dak Prescott says, keep doubting us. Don't believe in us. That's cool. Because now we're going to go out and show you. We're going to show you. So tomorrow will be an epic day. Now, of course, I've got all of the Eagle fans out there that are, they are swearing that the season's over. They're the greatest team of all time. And now the question is, can we overtake the Eagles? Now, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not saying that we can't. I'm not saying I give up. But you have to face realities of things right now. They got a 2-game lead on us. They're 8-0. They, at the moment, hold the tiebreaker. And they've got the easiest schedule pretty much going forward in the NFL. We can beat them. We can beat them and still be behind them. It's a fact. Unless they have a hiccup. And I dare say, watch Washington, because Washington, I know they lost last week to Minnesota, but they were in that game. They punished Kirk Cousins. And watching the Eagles with Jalen Hurts taking 4 sacks from the Texans, I think Washington's front is a lot better than that. Look for them to go ahead. They may not win, but look for them to do some punishment. Look for them to try and keep up to pace. And as Jimmy Johnson pointed out, it's kind of like a college offense that people aren't used to it to start out with, but they kind of get to know it by the second half and make adjustments. And that's why you see that huge second quarter with the Eagles, and then the second half where they're just kind of holding on. Well, your division rivals, they get to know you. And this might be the chance that maybe you see the upset. Let's listen into Get Up one more time. Can the Cowboys catch the Eagles?
Gives them the head-to-head, right? So that even if they do beat them, that means that they got a game 2 on Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the better team. I think they stay focused. I love how Jalen Hurts continues to stay focused and keep this team keeping the main thing. I don't see the Cowboys coming back and erasing this two-game lead that they have. They might not have any hiccups. Who knows? Maybe the Giants. You talk about the first game between the Giants and the Cowboys. They almost beat the Cowboys then. So who's to say that they're not going to have any hiccups? D. Wood.
That was another one started by Rush, Cooper. Go.
They've already had their hiccups. That's what's interesting to me about this, right? Like, they've already been through a 5-game stretch without their quarterback. They've had injury issues. They have guys coming back from injury. Like, what if all of a sudden Tyron Smith is playing left tackle again in December? The Eagles haven't had anything go wrong. And it's pretty rare. You guys tell me who played in this league. Pretty rare to go 17, 18 weeks without anything going wrong. So if something starts, if some injury situation or something does happen in Philadelphia, it could close the gap pretty quick.
In here, Ninko.
Be careful. We got some Philly fans that are like, you're putting bad juju out there on us.
It's unusual. The year they won the Super Bowl, they had injury problems.
So when I think about the Cowboys, they are a good football team. Dak is a great football player. Is he going to take them to the next level? I don't see it happening. I think that the Eagles, with the way that the roster's built, the way that they are aggressive, and their mentality starts with Kelsey up front and their offensive line and their quarterbacks playing at a high level with confidence. With that being said, the Cowboys are a good football team. I don't think they're better than the Eagles.
Okay, here's my issue with all of this. And maybe all of you who are, I'm not going to say doubters, but who are on the other side of D. Wood and I on this, maybe you're all right. But it feels to me like we are disrespecting Dak Prescott to some degree in this conversation. Just how good a quarterback is he? Because if he is as good as I perceive him to be, then his healthy return is an enormous, should be the most impactful thing that happens in the second half of the entire NFL season beyond Josh Allen's elbow. That's how good I perceive Dak Prescott to be. How good do you perceive him to be?
I mean, we're talking about Cooper Rush to Dak Prescott. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. Oh, wait, no.
That's not the conversation.
That is the conversation.
Dak Prescott. So Dak Prescott is not one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Let's keep it real.
Is Dak Prescott one of the best quarterbacks in the league?
Jalen Hurts has passed him.
Oh, get out of here. At this moment, you're ready to say that
Jalen Hurts is a better runner, and he's more accurate right now, and he has better weapons on the outside. Jalen Hurts has passed Dak Prescott as far as the ranking as the quarterback.
No injuries.
Well, I mean, Dak is going to come back from the thumb or whatever. You're prepared to say it right now,
Jalen Hurts
9 games into a season, that at this point, Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott.
Yes.
We're comfortable saying that.
I'm comfortable saying that.
Look.
The numbers show. The numbers don't lie.
I think the issue is, like you talk about high-impact addition of Dak Prescott. They went 4-1 without him. The impact can't be that significant, right? They only be one game better. But if something
I want to stop here for 1 second here. Okay, actually, let me put over here. Cowboys with Cooper Rush, 4-2. Okay, excuse me. The first 6 games averaged 18.3 points per game. Now that was with us going against Tampa Bay. Okay. In the 2 games since. 2 games since, the Cowboys have doubled the point total, 36.5. You don't happen to see that? You honestly don't see that number. You're telling me that Dak Prescott does not make a difference. Okay.
Goes wrong in the course of a game, if they fall behind, if they, in the playoffs, I think Dak Prescott enables them it gives them more of a ceiling offensively than they have with Cooper Rush. In terms of whether he's better than Jalen Hurts, I mean, I don't know. Jalen Hurts, to me, he has a dynamic element to his game that Dak doesn't really. But he hasn't been at it as long. We haven't seen him.
I'm sorry. I need to look something
Dak
up.
has done.
Can I look something up? Ninko, help me with this. I got to put my glasses on now because sometimes I don't see so well without them. So let me look this up here if I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Which team led the league in points scored last season? Which team scored the most points of any team in the NFL last season?
It doesn't matter.
The past. That's the last time Dak Prescott was healthy. They led the NFL in scoring, and we're talking about him like all of a sudden this kid who was.
And what happened? And what happened?
They ran out of time because their coach doesn't know how to call a play. That's what happened.
Hold on. We always assume because if they would have got the other play that he was going to score a touchdown.
No.
He still had to score a touchdown.
Yeah, they still had to do something.
Why does D-Wood have that look on him?
Oh, no. Please go ahead and continue that because I'm enjoying you talking. We got people at this table right now. Making it seem like Dak like a scrub or something.
No.
He's not top 10.
He's not top 10.
No.
Dak Prescott is not one of the top 10 quarterbacks.
No, he isn't.
The guy. Thank you for watching ESPN.
I'm sorry. You know what, Dak haters and all that. Let's be clear here. I mean, it didn't even equate to me on that one either because the Cowboys have averaged 36.5 points a game with Dak coming back from a thumb injury. That honestly, you still don't want to give him any credit at all? You still don't want to give him any credit? Okay, you know what? There's no point in me saying anything else. If doubling the point outcome, he's still a garbage quarterback, then we got nothing to talk about. All right, good people, I got to get on the road here because I got to get these materials before they close up. As always, you know how we roll. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
One hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about this, Cowboys?